All right, we're on.
Yeah,
Alright.
big John Bellion guy. Though.
Big John Bellion guy?
First song I heard was by him was like I heard his like radio shit, but the first song that like I was like, oh, this shit is crazy, was Luxury.
Yeah.
I heard Luxury, and then I like went on like a YouTube rabbit hole with him, and I saw that he like produced everything.
Yeah.
And he like did like this mountains trip.
Yeah.
And he wrote like Woodstock, a couple other things, like just in a house. That's what I want to do with you.
Yeah.
Like bring like a producer up or something, like if people would be down, and just go to like a mountain house or like a city for 3 days, and then like, yo, we'll see this. I think a mountain house would be better. Because like, if we're in a city, we'd want to like
you'll go rave out or whatever.
Yeah, we'd get drunk and we'd be like,
you
fuck
need
it,
to
let's
go
to
in
a bar.
you need to go in the woods and just like get all fucked
yeah,
up.
like no service, can't touch my phone. I have to write on paper.
Sorry, mom.
Dude, no, like, and it was just like that saxophone in Luxury. It just like saxophones are my favorite. They hit like a different part of my soul when I hear like a fire saxophone.
It's that brass. You
Bro.
like the brass instruments.
Well, that's what my grandfather played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But we're rolling, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're
So
rolling.
I did the John Bellion cover and it's not out yet, but my initial thing with John Bellion was way back in, I think like 2013, maybe 2014, and me and a few of my buddies, I can't even tell you how like we had come across him, probably just YouTube or like word of mouth, but he's
written a ton of shit.
Dude, from day one when I started listening to this guy, I was just like, dude, this dude's like legit. Like I'm talking like if you go back to his discography, like from like the beginning of his Apple Music, Spotify or whatever,
right?
That first album you listen to, that's the album I heard first.
Damn.
Like I heard him from the jump.
Oh, like
but
he
didn't.
A minute ago.
Yeah, but he didn't have like mixtapes or anything. Like it was just like all of a sudden here's this album, and the songs off of it, like that's what we listened to like right after I graduated in like 2012. It was just like that was the soundtrack. Yeah, but
and he can rap his fucking ass off.
Yeah,
bro.
like you at first it was
that's
just,
what I love.
Yeah, at first it was just like it was just like, oh, another cool artist to listen to, but then he started writing songs like Monster and like all these songs for like
he wrote Trumpets by Jason Derulo. He did that whole thing. He wrote The Holy by Justin Bieber.
Yeah. I actually just got interested in the idea of like publishing. Not like
Jumbo was trying
like
to
you know
explain
about publishing, but like
it's so complicated.
It is complicated because like the idea of it, of like writing a song and then just, you know, selling it away or whatever the case, it's like hard because like I want to be on that song.
It's fucking terrifying. Right?
Yeah. But that's what John Bellion essentially does. Like he's went so ghost, and like that's what these underground, not underground, but like these writers do, these ghost writers in the industry. Like yesterday I was talking to Chris, literally, I'm like, all these ghost writers, like who wrote this Ed Sheeran song? Who wrote this Justin Bieber song? And you look at it and it's like these names you don't know. It's like Benny Blanco. Like
he's yo, his discography is bananas.
Dude, it's crazy. It's absurd.
Like literally every fucking hit song that came out after 2010.
Yeah, you'd never know this. Like his actual self, like he is the definition of a publisher.
Yeah.
Like of a not like necessarily ghostwriting, but he's a publisher.
Right.
He writes, produces, and then sells. And
he just wrote that shit with SZA. SZA. Oh, we gotta talk about SZA. Whew. Yeah. But he just wrote that "I Hate You" song with SZA. I don't know if he like wrote it, if he just helped produce it, but he had a hand in it. He's posting that shit on TikTok. His TikTok is crazy, dog.
Yeah,
you see him with like dildos and shit.
Yeah,
he's like cutting dildos out. It's wild.
I feel like his TikTok's like almost like joke.
Like he don't take himself serious.
Not at all. Cause like he knows low key, like he had it before even he needed to do this, right? So
literally.
like he's just putting himself out there kind of as like a fucking joke, essentially.
Holy shit!
Like even with like the Charlie Puth shit where he was like
He just trashed
tormenting him or whatever the fuck, and like it's just like everyone knows, like, dude, Benny Blanco just released a song with Justin Bieber a fucking year ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like one of the biggest songs in the past year or two.
Well, he wrote "Love Yourself" with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And when I say write, like, I just mean, like, made the song.
It's a production. Like, it's a whole thing. It's, like, lyric-wise, maybe Ed Sheeran wrote a lot of the lyrics, but, like, so it's like when you go to Jumbo, right? And you're just like, yo, I have this demo, and I have the lyrics for it. I just need you to reproduce it. I think that's essentially what it comes down to as, like, a producer, publisher, or like a ghostwriter. Like when they're like, oh, this person wrote the song, it doesn't necessarily, they definitely might have something to do with the lyrics and shit,
right?
But I think it's more of just like the mood, the vibe, the production, you know what I mean, the instruments that are going, the arrangement of the song is like how the song's shaped. I still believe that artists write their own lyrics.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, that's always, like, that's a big thing. It's just like, oh,
I don't know how you can't, like,
be a part of it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, I mean, for us, we've made a lot of music together. Like, I don't know how I could have a song. Like, I would get it if it was like a chorus or a bridge where I was like, yo, I can't sing this. I just need you on the chorus.
Yeah.
That's different. But like a verse, I feel like verses are so personal. Like, every verse, whether it's a party song all the way down to like No Oven Easy.
Yeah.
Like those verses, it doesn't matter what the topic is, it's still personal to my life. It's still Shane. It's when you're writing, it's still Sean. So like, I don't know. I just don't know how. I can understand a bridge. I can understand a chorus. I can understand a concept.
Production.
I could understand production. I don't know how you could ever, especially a rapper, not necessarily a pop artist, but like a rapper. I don't know how you could ever have somebody write a verse for you.
Yeah.
I don't like. Does that exist? Like people have that?
I what I always think about in that concept is like, how would I, like, if someone wrote something for me and they were like, all right, you got to read this now at this pace, I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck are you supposed to do that anyway? You know what I mean?
I would get it if it was like Snoop. Like, I know Snoop is like fucking 50 whatever. Yeah. And like, he'll go in and have people like write verses for him. Like, because he's Snoop. He does. He already proved.
Yeah. You figure it out.
Excuse me. He already proved himself. Like,
what
more does Snoop have to fucking do?
Yeah, exactly. I just think like when you hear like Post Malone on the radio, you know, like his last album he put out and stuff, and it's just like so fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's like, did he have time to actually write them lyrics down, or was there was tons of writers and producers who made these songs, and then he's kind of just the face of the song essentially. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about like the game too? Like, there's like teams in the world, and I'm pretty sure, like, because we're not like in the industry yet, but big emphasis on that. But I know that, like, I've seen like interviews and shit where people talk about how there will be like these big time producers, like, just say like, I don't know, DJ Table, and DJ Table literally the first thing in front of my fucking face is all I could think of. I'm a rapper, and that's the most creative name I could think of.
DJ Table. Spin that shit.
Yeah.
666.
So like DJ Table will have like an A room studio at the very end. And then we'll have a hallway of just like a bunch of different rooms. Right. And there'll be like a rapper in here writing a verse, a beat maker in here, beat maker, rapper, singer, songwriter. Like each room has like a bunch of different shit. Yeah. And then like, this was the analogy, like they're just walking down the hallway and just like reaching into each room, grabbing the best part of each thing, taking it to the main room, creating it, and then putting it out as theirs. And then like giving like, sometimes they don't get credit. Sometimes they just like work for them for salary, get a flat fee. Like, right. Sometimes they get fucked. Like, this game is so shady. And me and Jumbo were just having this conversation because I was asking him, because like Jumbo's like my engineer / producer, but I was like, because there was another situation with another producer that, you know, I work with, and I was like, yo, like, was there ever a time where like your, you know, confidence wasn't there, like, to make beats? And like in the beginning, like when was the point where it was like I'm confident now and now I can start like showing people my beats and trying to get placements and work with artists. And we just had this conversation. He was just like, it's so discouraging nowadays because people are just getting like fucked over, bro. Like, especially on the independent tip, like if me and you make a song together, say we don't know each other, like, and it's my song and you give me a verse, like, who's to say, like, yeah, you could lawyer up if it, like, does millions of streams, but who's to say that I'm going to pay you dick? Who's to say that, you know, if Jumbo makes a beat, I'm going to fucking shout Jumbo out? Like, if he mix and masters it, who's going to say that I'm going to be like, yeah, my sound is from Jumbo?
Right.
Like, there's artists in Philly, and I don't want to say names, but they got songs that are popping off right now, and there's, like, situations where, like, you know, maybe they didn't clear a record, or there's people that like bought the record once because it was like a YouTube beat and people bought the record once it started popping off, and now they're trying to say like take it off DSPs.
Yeah.
And like another situation, like the producer, because they didn't put the guy's name in it, like he's like I own the song, and you know, like it's just like a shisty fucking game. Like,
yeah.
And me and you, like, we have conversations all the time. Like, this shit's like, I don't know, sometimes it can be like discouraging, like, and it's so easy to, like, how many people have we seen that come up to us and they're like, I mean, we can name 10 off of our hands right now that are like, oh, I'm a singer, and they sing for a year, or I'm a beat maker, or
and then they fall off,
and they don't do
anything
ever again. Like,
seen them plenty of times.
How many people hit you up and they're like, yo, I got a verse for you, and it's like, you don't have dick, son. You don't have shit. Like, you don't take this serious. You know what I mean?
A lot of them. A lot of locals.
That was a super rant, by the way.
No, you're good. No, for sure, dude. Like, a lot of
digest that.
I have to shout out like everyone who's still doing it locally. Shout out.
Yeah.
But there's definitely been
who should we shout out locally?
We can shout out Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Always doing my videos, you know what I mean? Jumbo production.
Jumbo, the fucking GOAT.
Speaking of production, we can shout out 6 Foot Scotty and Jeff Monazic, who also goes by Wave Mage now. Those are my 2 producers I work with.
Shout out Kane.
Shout out Kane Kerner, of course.
Shout out the Crumb Cousins.
The Crumb Cousins,
they're doing their thing.
Local,
for sure.
Anyone local, man. Who else? Who else is doing their thing local?
Too Rare is fucking popping off in Philadelphia. Za Sosa is killing shit.
Rex Riot, shout out to you with Jeff Monazic.
And everybody that we're forgetting because we've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, shout out the locals, man. Everyone's doing their own fucking thing.
Yo, this is super ADD, not to get off of topic.
Do it.
Switch it up, bro. Me and my mom, bro, she makes, my favorite dish that my mom makes is fucking spaghetti and meatballs. She goes fucking crazy on the meatballs and like homemade, like does her own thing. And so I was like, yo, I'm just gonna like treat myself. So I got in comfy clothes and I was like, yo, let's watch like a movie, me and my mom.
Hell yeah.
And we like Disney movies, so we watched Mulan. And like as I'm watching Mulan,
Mulan,
like, dude,
haven't seen that since 2002.
Yo, that's when it came out,
right?
2002.
No,
swear to God, I looked it up. So we're
that's
watching.
That's my senses. Ooh.
Yo, that was kind of crazy. You were on point with that.
Yeah.
So we're watching Mulan, and like I just had this conspiracy theory because like it was in 2002, and it was like the whole movie is like about, you know, the main thing is equality. I told my mom this conspiracy theory, and she's like, "You're fucking retarded. Just keep watching the movie." but because it was in 2002, so it was like the movie. It like essentially is just obviously everybody's seen Mulan, but it's like based on like honor and going to war to like fight for your like country. And I'm like sitting there like I had like a glass of wine, and I smoked a little bit before it. And I'm just like, yo, like 9/11 happened the year before like Mulan came out, and Disney is like so massive. Like, what if like Mulan was like a propaganda to like raise morale? Like, I know this sounds crazy, but like raise morale for the fucking country, and like, cause it's like you're going to war. Like everybody has to honor their family. If you don't honor your family, wouldn't that be fucking crazy if they used Mulan?
I mean, dude, listen, Disney. Shane, listen.
That was my ADD just
right
there.
That was I mean, bro, we were doing shout outs and like shout out. But we went from that to this. I wasn't, dude, that, I mean, I was expecting everything else.
Yeah.
But
like how much propaganda does Disney use
Disney
goes over our heads?
Disney, you've seen it. Like if you type anything on Google of Disney, like any Disney movie from like the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, like all them cartoon movies, and you type in like, what's it called? Conspiracy theories of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
There'll be tons of that shit.
Yeah.
Tons of it.
Yeah.
And whether it's people like making things up or it's actually like, whoa, dude, that actually does happen. It's weird that it happens like that. It's like a control thing. Almost, you know what I mean?
Disney. You into conspiracy theories? Not to cut you off.
Kind of.
I don't go deep on them, but I'm
in a
like,
way
they entertain me.
Yeah,
you know
me too. I'm on YouTube watching that shit all day long, type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't overthink it to the point where I'm just like, oh shit, like let me dive deeper. But like, for example, like Disney shit, it's just like, oh yeah, if I see something online about it and like I look it up on YouTube,
do you think that's gonna be too loud?
What? No. I record in here with that.
Oh,
you can't hear that. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
You're good. But yeah, man, I don't think, conspiracy. I do think Disney has a few conspiracies. I mean,
dog, they got to. They're the biggest shit ever.
Dude, if you watch them movies, like if you watch the old movies, like of them cartoons and shit, and like you're sitting there, it's always predicting something or like showing something of that time. So like you said with like Mulan, and then 9/11 happens. It's just like,
ain't that kind of crazy?
It's kind of ironic, or is, you know what I mean?
Or
like
it's just me just being like a fucking idiot.
No, it's just a ton of people have them same thoughts about that subject, dude. You know what I mean?
Yo, and then after Mulan, we watched like we were just like having a marathon. You know what I mean? Just chilling.
Yeah.
And we watched Incredibles 2. I was big.
Ooh, Incredibles 2 is good.
I just saw it for the first time yesterday, and I was big like Incredibles 1 guy.
Me too. Back in the day. What was that? 2004.
If it is, like, you're on point with these fucking dates.
Just gassing up.
You're going crazy, bro. My dad growing up had this Honda Pilot. In like 2006, he got a Honda Pilot, and it came with like a fucking TV in it, like built into the roof.
Oh, you like Pimp My Ride shit.
Kind of, but it just was like the model for that year, and we were like kids, you know what I mean? Like I was born in '98, so I was probably like 8 when he got that car, 8 or 7, whatever. And the only movies that we would play in there, literally
Mulan.
on repeat, not Mulan, was Finding Nemo, Miracle. Like Mike.
Wait, is Miracle the
Miracle on Ice,
the hockey movie?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I
dude,
seen that.
I used to know every word to Finding Nemo. We literally we would go on road trips and shit. Yeah. And if we weren't listening to music,
you knew all the Dory words.
Dog, I knew everything. I was like Rain Man with it. It was kind of weird. Because it would just be like, just to shut us up, like throw fucking Finding Nemo on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, start repeating these words.
Dog, I literally, line for line, could fucking say.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. I could repeat a lot of that movie. You know another movie I could repeat a lot about? Pineapple Express.
No shit, really?
That's my favorite movie of all time.
Really?
Swear to God. It has every, if you took every genre of filmmaking, like comedy, action, thriller, drama, romance, it has every category. There's a love story with him and his girl, and there's weed smoking, so there's comedy, and then there's action, they're fucking in war, and there's thriller because they're running from fucking dying, and it's just like nuts.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie
Have you ever seen The Place Beyond the Pines?
No, what is that?
Oh my God.
Is that bad? That's I get really insecure about that when people ask me shit. They're like, do you know this?
Do you know
I
this
lie
movie,
more times
bro?
than often, but if I really don't.
Listen, I'll have to send you a personal fucking message, but You have to watch this fucking movie, dude.
What's it about? Give me the spark notes.
All right,
like,
so
if I had
like
to take a
you
test
know
on it,
you know how
what I
you
mean?
just gave you know how you just said like Pineapple Express and it's like super
Incredible.
super commercial,
Right.
right?
That's a
Like
good one.
everyone knows Pineapple Express, like super favoritable or whatever the case.
Can I
Commercial.
defend that at the time though? That was
Yes.
like not a movie that like people were like
Yes.
looking to invest in.
Yes. Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I seen this movie called The Place Beyond the Pines, and the reason I thought of this is because when
Cheers, bro.
cheers, Shane.
Love you, man.
Love you, brother.
To all the fucking bangers that we've made together.
All the
and to
bangers,
all the-
baby. You guys better
Save Me, Rush Hour, Tame,
Save
me
Me,
out
Rush
here.
Hour, Tame,
Conundrum.
Unreleased shit. What we got? Credit card.
Oh my God, expired credit cards,
Expired
debit cards,
I think we called it credit card.
credit cards, right?
My expired credit cards.
What's the fucking big one?
That's
Malibu?
That's like a whole EP right there.
Malibu, Rosie,
Malibu, Rosie, dude.
I think Rosie. I think
Yeah.
that verse. Okay, we can talk about
You
it.
asked me for Rosie, and I was like, I can't give it to you.
Yeah,
dude.
no, 100%. Like, I that dog. If you played Rosie right now, and I close my eyes, I can transport back
That
to when
time
I was
frame that you had
Like, I can transport back to that, to me recording that verse
at your college
at Westchester. I was
in
at
that box
618.
that you made.
Dog, I had a room that I converted into a studio. My boy Kama built me a fucking booth in there, and I would just wake up and make music all the time.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this girl at the time. She was just like sitting in the bed on FaceTime, and I was like, yo, I gotta finish this verse. And I kind of
Wait,
wanted
you
to like,
recorded that shit while she was sitting on the bed?
yes. I swear to God.
The first pass, like, because you gave me the demo, then you came over and re-recorded it like you would at Jumbo's. Like you redid the verse.
So I wrote it and
Okay.
recorded it
Yeah.
that day.
That was on Easter, if you
What?
remember. Yeah. We were up.
Dog, Easter didn't
we were-
happen the first Corona.
We were up. I don't think it was Corona, dude. I think this was a
No,
year
it was.
before.
It was.
Was it
100
Corona?
I'm telling you, like, I know. It was 2020.
Now
I
I'm
just
trying to
hit.
think. Now you fucking me up, Shane.
I'm telling you, because I met this girl like right after
I met
the
this
New
girl
Year's.
down in Georgia, came in my mouth, man. I thought I
right
told
after
you.
no, but it was right after New Year's. I remember we were like talking and shit, and she was, because we were the only ones quarantining at Westchester together.
Right.
Because I got a heart condition, and my mom works in healthcare, so she was like, yo, don't come home. Because it was at that time where, like, if you get it and you have underlying conditions, you're dead. And, like, she had a situation, too. So I remember we were just chilling all the time, and she was sitting on the bed while I'm, like, recording this verse. And I remember just, like the lighting was different. I had, like, a black light, but I also had she just gave me, like, an LED strip light. And, so it was like one of the first sessions where I had like colors like this. So it just put me in like a different mood. You know what I'm saying?
Was that in the same spot that when I came to perform?
Yes.
Like that room?
That room.
Okay.
My soul still lives there.
Shit.
Part of my soul still
Fuck, dude.
is in that room. And it had this secret like
Don't hold on too
room.
much, brother.
no. That room, like, for me, changed who I am as an artist. Like we were talking earlier before we were like recording this shit.
Yeah.
That room for me, cause the core of me as a musician is rap, no chorus,
Sure.
rap,
Yeah.
rap,
Bar,
rap,
bar,
rap,
bar,
rap,
bar,
rap, 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 rap.
Yeah.
And I have to, still to this day. I mean, I started writing music when I was 12. I'm 24 now, and
24, no shit.
holy shit, dude, I'm a decade in this game, son. Word up, you know what I mean? But no, that was like a time where it was just like, I just want to, now that I have this space to just create, because before it was like I would record, or I would like write a song and I would take it to Jumbo, record it, and it just like felt like every song had to be a good song.
Yeah, like it had to be a hit or something.
Like it just, not even
It
a
couldn't
hit,
just
but
be
it
an
had to be-
expression. It had to be like everything with it. Like,
Yes. I don't think
Do you
I
still feel
became-
that way about music, or
No, creating, no.
Okay,
And
that's interesting.
well, taking shit to Jumbo, yes. I'm gonna
Because you
But
have
not
to
a
go,
hit.
yeah, but because you have to go to him and like produce a quality sound.
Yeah, I mean, it costs a lot of money to go there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his sound quality is just fucking unmatched, bro. And
It is.
And the thing about Jumbo too,
that's facts.
And the thing about Jumbo too, which I want to give him his flowers for, he's not just an engineer producer. He's somebody that will tell you, if you're lost, you can ask him like, "Yo, what do you feel on this?" And he's gonna be like, he's gonna give you his honest opinion. Like every time since I've known him for the last 6 years, he's always given me like, he's been like, I don't like this, like, you know what I mean? Like he's never yes manned me. Has
he ever said like, I want to take this and change it, or has it been like, I just don't want to work on that at all? Like,
no, never. I don't want to work on it.
Yeah,
but I think to the point of, I've always felt like I brought a quality song to him. Like I wouldn't just go to him and pay money to like spit some bullshit.
Like,
yo,
I
this
got
was
a
cool,
verse.
yeah, literally.
Like, you could do that at home. You go to him to make music,
like
to create,
complete a song.
Yeah, complete.
Yeah, and he's working with so many artists right now that are like, excuse me, like doing their fucking thing, like popping off. It's just a matter of time for him to get his recognition, and he fucking
I feel like it's a
deserves
long
it, bro.
time coming with him, dude.
Dude,
Like
so
is he the most underrated underground producer outside of the Philadelphia area?
oh,
like,
he's the GOAT. Like I don't know anybody else, and I know like a couple people. I don't know anybody else that is the jack of all trades. Like he's written for artists. He's obviously made a shit ton of fucking beats. Joey Jihad is, you know who Joey Jihad is?
No.
Philadelphia rapper, just legend at the time. So he was before Meek a little bit, a couple years before Meek.
Okay.
But at the time, it was like him, Reed Dollars, and Meek that were like doing the street DVD raps and shit like that. And they were like kind of the top ones. And it's funny, like I get this game from Jumbo and another producer, Kick. Meek was the last one that they thought were gonna go, like blow up. They thought Reed Dollars and Joey Jihad were gonna be the next ones out of the city, but
Tacos, man.
Yeah, shit. But nonetheless, so Jumbo kind of got his come up with Joey Jihad when Joey was coming
Producing
up.
him.
Yeah, producing
Okay.
and engineering him too. And
at his place, or was
so
it like
it started?
different back then?
No, it started in. And I'm sorry if I'm telling you too much, Jumbo, if you see this, but no, it started in his bedroom at like his parents' house.
No shit.
He was young as shit.
Yeah.
And Joe,
young as shit in his career.
Like out of high school.
Oh, okay.
Like young.
Yeah,
boy.
like 18,
And then,
19.
Yeah, and then he got the like first studio that he was at in Pendel, and then he moved to the fucking goat house that he's in now. His studio's, you've been at his new studio.
Yeah,
that shit is crazy.
It's beautiful.
What were we saying before
right
that? Why did I bring up Joey Jihad? I don't even remember about Jumbo.
I can't.
What was even that?
Shane, you've been going off, dude, and I'm just
sorry.
like, yeah. What have you been up to musically? From the last time you dropped of LMN.
Yeah, that fucks me up every time.
Fucks me up. LMNOP.
LMNOP.
Because I feel like saying LMNOP.
Yeah.
But what have you? What's your next move since then? Since the last drop that you did?
So I was dropping. I don't know, and I think you can agree to this too. I've just always struggled with, cause I put so much of me into these songs, and some of it goes over people's heads. And I'll answer your question in a second. That like, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to like put a whole project out that isn't gonna get the light shined on it. So last summer I was kind of experimenting with the whole like, you know, rusting, like drop a song a week type shit. But I think that it didn't let the song breathe enough. I think that Cause you have to submit it from, you know, TuneCore and to distributors and shit like that. And it would be like the song would drop, say, on a Friday, and then come Wednesday, I'm already focused on the next song. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which are 2 days that people aren't on their phone. So it's like I'm just putting shit out, promoting it that nobody's really seeing because they're out doing whatever the fuck they're doing. It's the weekend. Come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, I'm already like dwindling down the promotion because I don't like shoving shit down people's throat. And then come Wednesday, I'm already like focused on the next drop. So it was just like I didn't have enough time to let these records breathe and like actually have a plan to give them the care that they needed. You know what I mean?
Did you ever think that like
I don't know if that answered your question.
It's all right. Did you ever think that like when you're releasing these songs and like you put it out and like you promote for a day or two on social media, did it ever come to terms of like because you're saying like, oh, I feel like I'm pushing it too hard on people and shit. But did you ever think that like it doesn't matter anyway in the sense of like Cause from what you just said, like I feel like you're worried about like what people are gonna think if you post the song 3 days in a row, right? Can I hit that, John?
Of course you can.
They're gonna be worried about hitting it. They're gonna be worried about you posting the song 3 days in a row, but generally that's not the case. You know what I mean? Right. So what like. In your head, you know what I mean? In your own self, not in anyone else in the world.
Right.
What holds you back from being like, I'm gonna post fucking 5-6 times a day and blow up people's feeds, and if they wanna unfollow me, they can unfollow me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And the people who are gonna stick around are gonna stick around and help me promote this shit out. Like what holds you back? What's the insecurity of like even like yesterday when you posted it on your story of your song,
right?
Your good song,
right?
That's gonna come out.
No of an easy.
Your best song you ever made, but you posted a clip on your story, right?
Right.
And you said to me, you're like, I think I should take this down. I'm like, nah, leave it up.
Yeah.
What is that insecurity that you're like, I need to take this down? Like, what's the difference if you left it up anyway?
I think to answer the first part, I never care. It's never been a thing of like what.
Wow, this is good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, banana slice. This kid always brings over the banana slice, dude.
Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. But no, I never think it was like I really truly like on everything. Never gave a fuck about like what people think about my music.
Is it just like an exposing thing? Like you don't want to expose it until it comes out? Like you want to hold on to it kind of?
I think that like I learned the lesson, right? When I dropped Fuego, for so long we were doing like teasers for videos or teasers for songs and like showing like a clip of the song or a clip of the video. And the teasers would get more traction than the actual when we posted
like you
the song.
do this and it gets like 1,000 fucking views, and then you post a song, or not views, but like, just like the exposure itself.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I learned that with Fuego, and I was talking to my one producer, Kick, about it, and he was like, bro, the song is the marketing. If people like the snippet, but they have nothing to click onto, like it just shoot yourself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? Like for Throwaway, the video.
Love that.
I
told you to keep that on live.
Yeah, and
on YouTube.
I had to. And that was never like a
or I didn't tell you. I just recommended it. Like,
that wasn't
that
my.
Up.
Yeah, that was another. Kept it online, but I think for me it's always been like, I just learned with Fuego, right? So for Fuego, I will always post these snippets, and like for Throwaway, I got like 2,000 to 3,000 views on the teaser, and then when the song dropped, we got like 1,200. So it was like, I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot, showing people music that there's nothing tangible for them to go to. Like if they fuck with the song,
they already heard it.
Like the song is the promotion, and then you promote after the songs I always thought you had to promote the song before the song was out, and then you put it out, and then like it'll take a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood the concept of marketing. It just was ass backwards
So-
for me.
so-
I thought I had to promote before instead of after.
So what do you think would be like a better approach to like what going forward? What's your plan of like instead of like, because you know me, like I always post shit on my Instagram and shit, like clips and shit, and then the songs don't come out for months and months after that. But like, I don't know if like because I personally like real shit. Like I personally don't. The way I think of it, I'm like no one like they watch it or whatever, and like I might get some feedback on my stories or whatever, but it's not fully there. Like people forget about it like the next day or whatever, and then like that's reality. Like people are just like they take it in and then it's in one ear out the other, right? So like what would be the approach if like you don't like want to like promote your stuff, like you feel uncomfortable because you're like I just exposed the whole song, like what's the way that you would want to do it if it wasn't that, like if it wasn't you exposing peeps here and there for people to see, like
No, and I think that like putting a song out before is okay if you put like a snippet out. I just think that song in particular is too fucking personal, to me, too real. Like
there's
real,
a bigger reason.
There's just too. It's not, and I don't want to say that any other song is a throwaway, but like that song is just like the one for me. It's just, it's just
the one
too
for you
personal.
right. The one for you right now.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to like keep this up and like show people.
Did you
know
take
what
it
I mean?
down? I don't.
No, I left it up. I took your advice.
Okay.
But it was like moving forward, I had to, and recently I relearned like the whole idea of fuck anything before the song drops. The song is the marketing piece. If people don't have anything to go to, I can't promote anything.
Yeah.
So like figuring out how to like promote shit afterwards is my biggest thing. And I never wanted to be like, I get too caught up in making the music. I think that also
that's what you are as an artist, though. Like
I just make music all 24.
That's essentially what you want to do. Like, just to cut you out real quick.
Of course.
If we were big or whatever, we wouldn't even have to worry about this whole thing of like, oh, let me peep this. Like J. Cole, like just is Ghost, and then he drops an album. You know what I mean? But we don't have that
luxury.
Yeah, we don't have it right now.
Yeah, I think it took a long time for me to understand that as an independent artist, you have to wear multiple hats. I thought I was under the impression for a long time in my earlier years of making music that if the music is good, it'll just go. And that's like not how this fucking game works. Like you
not
have
anymore,
to.
Yeah.
But I never wanted to be the dude that went on like TikTok or social media and like blew up, and you know this personally,
it's
like,
too much.
blew up off of like some shit that wasn't for the music. Like you know with the viral video that you had nothing to do with your music.
Yeah, I'm rolling up a piece of paper is bullshit.
And like what
shame that's what it
that's what fucking went. And that is like I think that I think way too much. I get in my head way too much about shit.
Yeah.
And I think in these last like 3 months, like I've literally never worked on music harder because I've just like stopped doing everything that I was like I stopped working. I stopped like going out at a lot of places. Like I stopped hanging out with people a lot, and I just wanted to make the fucking music. And I'm not in school anymore.
Yeah,
either,
exactly.
You know?
Like you came home, you went to college. You had a huge fan base at college.
Yeah,
you really did.
Yeah,
like everyone supported you. I came up, we performed, and
that
like
shit was
I stood in the background just to put it on the podcast. I stood in the background after I got off stage, and I just watched. Like I wasn't gonna be up there like chanting with you. I had to observe what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
and like seeing that from the back end, like I was standing there with Sween and Chris and my boy Sween, not your boy Sween. Yeah. And
I think Sween was there for that. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Sorry.
Your boy Sween?
He wasn't. No.
But yeah, dude, it was just so like I had to observe and be like, dude, this kid's it goes back to what we were talking about before you even came over tonight about like a peak situation.
Yeah.
But peak situations happen throughout life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you go up and down, it's roller coaster, but like that to you, whether you know it or not, was like a huge moment in your life, dude.
That was
like,
my favorite concert I've
that was
ever
so
performed at.
fucking good, dude. Like you had everyone that you know there supporting you, and you enjoyed yourself like you were sitting on people's fucking hands while they're pushing you up type shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like,
I have at Westchester, when I was there, I had a really good support system.
Yeah.
And people that actually like were people knew me more at Westchester as ShaneZ than like Shane the person.
yeah.
Um
But then
and having you there on stage, like
Yeah,
that
it
meant
was-
a lot to me because
it meant a lot to me for you to invite me out, honestly.
Well, I mean, that was a no-brainer. Like you and we talk about this all the time. Like, and like I always say, like in this industry, like we meet so many fucking people that are just
it's constant.
dog. It's just so like some people just like really don't give a fuck about the music, and it's just about like being famous, getting on cloud chasing, and that's just like
promo,
not who
sponsors,
we are.
yeah.
It's not who we are. Like we started doing this shit because like I had a heart condition and I started writing poetry and it turned into rap. I never like started this shit to be a fucking famous rapper, but it was like this is my passion and I don't want to do a 9 to 5. So having you on like you Jumbo and like there's a couple other people that in this music business, like I consider you guys family. Like you're my
For
brother
sure.
in this
Yeah,
shit.
for
Like how
sure.
we were saying earlier, like you're a couple years older, but I look at you as like my boy, the same age as
Always,
like my other guys.
Me too.
So to have you there, like just as a musician, like Jumbo's on the like behind the scenes shit. Like as a musician, you're really the only person that I've worked with that I'm actually like fucking friends with.
Yeah.
So to have you there at that show specifically, like
Which
it meant-
was a peak moment in your, at least in your college days.
Dog.
It was.
Dog.
It was a peak moment.
It was just a peak moment in my life because, believe it or not, like probably a quarter of the people that were there were not even from Westchester. Like they drove
They
from
came
like
through,
Trevose,
yeah.
Bucks County,
Yeah,
North Philly,
100%.
or Northeast. Like they all like showed out just to see the shit and like having Westchester there. Like Westchester's a party town, so they want to hear the To the Top. They want to hear the, 100 bands came through.
So good.
Like knocking shit. You know what I mean? And
With all your cousins singing on it and shit.
Yeah.
I still have that footage, by the way, if you
I
ever
need
want
that.
it.
No, you have the one song for my dad.
I do. And it's not out yet.
Were you there for 100 bands?
Yes. I was there for 100 bands and your song for your dad. That's what you recorded that night.
No, I didn't record both of them that night.
Okay.
Because my one cousin wasn't there for 100 bands, but a couple of them were. But like, when we did that, what did we perform? Did we do Rush Hour?
No, I didn't want to do Rush Hour because I couldn't comprehend my own lyrics. Like I was like, I'm gonna forget these. We did Save Me because it was very relevant at the time. We had just put out the music video that Chris shot, and
That shit was
it was like
fire.
a few. I think we had put it out in like October bound, or no, like maybe September. We went out to Maggio's that night, and then like a month later, you hit me up, I think, and you were like, "Yo, you want to perform?" I was like, "Yeah," and you're like, "Oh, you want to do Rush Hour?" I'm like, "Nah, let's do Save Me," because it's like like that's what like I knew comfortably at that time. Like I could have done Rush Hour, but I wanted to
think
like
we did Rush Hour. Are you sure?
We didn't do Rush Hour. We did Save
Okay.
Me. Yeah.
Because I remember our conversation of like, what's the hyper song?
The hyper song was Rush Hour, but
Right.
you asked me, you're like, what are you more comfortable doing? And I'm like, I'm more comfortable right now doing Save Me.
Save Me. Right.
Only because
you like forgot the lyrics. or
I
some
couldn't
shit.
remember Rush Hour like in that like stretch. Like I was just like, I'm too nervous about this. Like I need to just do Save Me. It's like what we just did. And, like we just worked on this shit.
You know
So
what's
we
the
did
funny
Save Me,
thing
yeah.
thinking about that? Like me and you can kind of be the opposite sometimes. Like you like will post literally like you fucking, I don't know, even like zipping a backpack up. I don't know. Like you'll post anything. And for me, like I overthink that shit. But then like when it comes to getting on stage, like at the last show we did, like what for you, to ask you a question, like what for you is the concern of getting on the stage sometimes? Because me, I'm just like, fuck it. Like I love that shit. You have to be prepared.
Yeah, my whole issue, it's a great question for me. A few weeks ago I did karaoke. This is an example.
Did you?
Yeah, me and John in Happar.
Shout out John.
By the way, you come this Friday. We're going to Towie's in Happar. It's so fucking fun, dude.
Towie's Happar at what time?
Like 8 p.m. and then we stay till 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. I'm sorry.
We stay until they kick us the fuck out.
Yeah.
Is basically how it goes.
But yeah, man. No, for me, like that specific night, it comes down to like I can't just go, like I can't go on stage and just all of a sudden do Sleepless in Tokyo or like do Rush Out. Like I need to like already like have had that in my head, because not that I don't know the lyrics, but it's just that it's like a freeze up moment. Like I'll get like fucking, I feel unprepared in the sense that like I haven't like even listened to myself singing this song for fucking a few months. You know what I mean? So when you hit me up about that whole show, it was very quick for me. Like you were like, yo, you want to come up this weekend? I was like, yeah, for sure. You're like, oh, what song do you want to do? Like you want to do Rush Hour or what? And I was just like, let's just do Save Me, because it's the most recent one I know. And I feel very nervous about like, if I don't have like a week to just like vibe out, not in here because this is new, but like even in my room, like even with, it's cool. But even like in my room, like my mom comes down, like I'll even just perform in front of her or Chris or whatever. But like, it was so quick for me that I was just like, let's just do Save Me, because we just had shot the video like a few weeks prior, and like that song was super relevant. I would have loved to fucking do Rush Hour like in a perfect.
I think Save Me was the right.
Save Me was cool. Like I mean, everyone fucking was cool with it. But Rush Hour probably would have been even better. But it was just like one of them things where it was just like that's how it went.
You know what it was? I remember. Now,
I wish we could have done Malibu, but it was never made yet.
True.
You know what I mean?
I think I remember now that I think about it, the set list, I came in hot on the set list.
You did. Like, you were, like, fucking...
So...
I think you did To the Top, like, afterwards.
I always do
but,
To
like,
the
you,
Top,
like, came in with,
last.
like, 2 songs. Then it was Save Me. Then you did, like, 2 more. I think you had, like, 5 or some songs.
Yeah, I had, like, 5 songs. I remember, like, starting it at the time. So I recorded this song, Back to School Freestyle, off of Hot by Young Thug.
Yeah.
Shout out Wheezy.
Yeah.
That beat is so fucking fire. But I recorded that, and that's just, like, bars going in. And I always love the approach when I'm performing, especially for crowds I don't know. Like, I like showing my bars because that's the shit that I'm most
That's what you did in
in
the summer, like when you were walking around. I'm like, yeah, this fucking kid's killing it, dude.
Dude, like, I have no picks when it comes to recording. You actually
made me be like, all right, let's do Tame.
Yeah, Tame.
Because I was so nervous anyway. I'm a nervous fucking performer. Dude, I really am. If I'm not like prepared. If I'm prepared, I don't care. But like that, like blindsided shit, like where you're just like, oh, let's just do this. I'm like, I can't fucking do that. Like, it's fucking scary to me, dude. Like, I'm a fucking artist, but I'm not necessarily a performer. That just scares me sometimes.
Like, I'm like the opposite. And that's like good because you can be vulnerable on stage. Yeah. People like that. Like, seeing that you're like a real human being. Like, this shit comes from a different place.
It's like if you go up on stage and they're, oh, he's so confident. It's like, dude, that dude's bugging the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my
little
God,
did you know.
Oh, dude, I get nervous as
he can't breathe. He's bugging out. He might skip his lyrics. Like, that shit's scary, bro.
Dog,
like,
especially for me, like, the most insecure that I get on stage is when, because you see me that when I perform, I get like super energetic. And
you're very outgoing.
I just like
once
ShaneZ comes out. When
once you let go of like your low key self and you come out,
it's like Friday Night Lights.
Yeah,
like playing in a sport. Like,
yeah,
it's intimidating because you got all these people, but like once you're in it, like they leave the atmosphere, and it's just like you and what's going on.
Right.
And I think for me, like the most insecure that I get, because I go like I'm so energetic, loud, that almost sometimes I get like too loud and too energetic, and then like I'm out of breath because of my fucking heart. And then like on songs that I have to like sing, I'm like so choppy on the singing. And I've never like been to a concert where like I can put like, you know, pre effects on it or auto tune.
Yeah,
like,
we don't have that luxury.
Hell no. It's
like here's your song. Here's your song or your beat, and then you go for it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, God forbid you give me an earplug and then we keep my stacks of vocals in there and like you go for it. It's like that's a different story, but we don't have that luxury. Like, we did the show in the song. Oh yeah, do this. You know, you're gonna be in front of these people real quick. You grab a drink, you do it. Oh, here's my flash drive. Like, that's all it's ever been. It's been like a flash drive performance. You know what I mean? Like, I still have yet in my career of music to have a performance where it's like, here's your DJ. You guys make a set. And that's what I'm sure we've talked.
I wanted.
I'm sure we've talked about this, like, even at like Steam locally. Like, oh, like, let's get a DJ. Let's fucking set up a set, go off to Steam or any of the locals and like do a whole set where it's like set up that way, like where you're like, it's not just you rapping a song, it's you presenting your music to someone and like your backups are there, like the DJ, showcasing you. The DJ knows what's going on and shit. You know what I mean? I still have yet to do that in my music career. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would love to fucking do it. Other than that, it's fucking nerve-wracking. Like,
how were you at the concert that we did in Westchester at Sprout? That place closed down, by the way.
No shit.
COVID
really
killed it.
No shit.
R.I.P.
Sween pissed in the corner and the dude was about to kick him the fuck out. I was like, Sween,
it was outside, right?
Yeah, I was like, Sween, I haven't even fucking went on yet. Pull yourself the fuck together, boy.
Dog, that is like the most hole in the wall, and I'm so glad we got to make our stand. But like, I remember that was just, and not to go back to it, but that was such a special moment for me because you're my family in this music business, and to be with people in the crowd that also were like really good friends and people that actually really supported the music, singing along to all the songs that weren't just to the top. Having you there perform a song could save me. I mean, that means a lot to me, and I know it does for you too. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
So like when you hit me up about it, I was just like, yep.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's when like shows were happening.
I'm like itching for a show. Yeah, exactly, Shane. So I was actually in that momentum because I had just done a show with Kane invited me out for one of his shows that he was hosting on a third Thursday down at Bourbon and Branch. So like I was in there. I'm like, yeah, of course, dude. Like, let me come out. But like by no means I was prepared. You know what I mean? That's why you were like, oh, like, what do you want to do, Russia? I'm like, no. Like, we gotta just do Save Me because that's all I know right now.
Yeah.
So like going into the idea of performing with you, like I knew like the people you had surrounding you, and like I so much wanted to do Rush Hour. I really fucking did. Like, no fucking bullshit. Like, I was just like, Rush Hour would be the song. It would be.
But Save Me was perfect in the set list because it
was like
breathe.
It was like a gap overlap. Like, it was just like, all right, you just did 2 songs, then you pulled me up. We did Save Me. It was kind of just like, my life is so close, and then it drops, and like we did it.
Oh, that shit was lit.
Yeah, and like all your people were up front and shit. I was like, okay, I feel comfortable. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have known that going into it. Like, we could have done Rush Hour, and it probably would have been just as much lit. I don't think it would have mattered what song we did. I think you just had like a really good group behind you of supporters and friends that like were going to like support whatever set you had up there.
And I want
to it was just accepting whatever it was, you know what I mean?
I want to shout out all the Clout Gallery from Westchester crew, Matt, Play, T, Beach, fucking everybody. Sorry, blanking on a lot of names right now. But they like got that shit, together for me, and they fed into that energy for me. Oh, shout out Mizzy too. Playing Mizzy just dropped a record.
Shout out Mizzy.
No Patience, I think it's called, and that shit is fucking bananas. But they had that energy, like they brought that shit. So it was just like it was already in the building. Like we had our crowd there, but like there was like like when we were performing, it was like a million fucking people just like went to the stage, and then like we got off, and then it was just like, all right, everybody like went back. And then,
I mean, you were the
everybody
transitioned. You were the show. That's why I'm telling you, like that was like peak performance of college for you, I think. Like,
yeah.
Whether you know it or not, like if you look back on the. Me and Chris have tons of pictures, but like that was like a moment, dude. Like where that was like ShaneZ has full control of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw from a distance. Like when I was standing in the back, I'm like, I didn't even say bye to you that night. Like me, Sween, and Chris were in the backdrop, and like you were just like being like chanted on, like people lifting you up and shit. And I was just, and like I didn't need to say goodbye. I was just like, he has it right now. Like he's there.
But that picture, I love that fucking picture of us having our
bro moment.
Our bro moment.
Yeah.
Of hugging.
Yeah. We did that shit.
Now, I want to know what your favorite like song from like what song that we've done together has like maybe it's a verse, a chorus. What holds that place like in that deep room of your heart that we've done together? Because I got a couple.
Yeah.
Give me your top 3.
So number 1 for me is Rush Hour, just because that was our first song we ever did together, and it was like the hottest situation at the time. Like when we made that song and we put it out, you told me, you're like, we're gonna get like 5,000 streams on fucking SoundCloud. I'm like, and I was sitting in my room like, no fucking way. And like it literally happened within 2 days. Like no fucking paid promotion, nothing. Like it was
all
just
organic.
Like dude, it was all organic. Like SoundCloud was pop.
That's
you
when
had
I was like
your
SoundCloud though.
Dude, it's fucked.
SoundCloud took a
dude,
fucking
it's so
nosedive.
fucked. Dude, you had I see my whole thing with you, bro, was like I had seen you through people, you know what I mean? We've talked about it before, but like I was just like, I gotta reach out to this bull because I was like I can't like deal with this. Like it's gonna hurt my heart if I don't fucking deal with this right now. You know what I mean? So like I reached,
can't beat them, join them. That's what the saying
fucking
is.
right, bro. I'm like, nah, let's not do this. Let's just like fucking be on the same team here. But yeah, so like we did Rush Hour, and I was just like, I was thrilled.
Dude, Rush Hour, I remember you said.
Wait, I have to take a piss.
So do I.
All right, let's take a piss.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the camera though because everything's rolling. It's all good.
So we're just gonna let it roll.
Yeah, we're good.
And edit it.
Yeah.
We usually do this together often.
Or I'll just leave it. This is intermission right now.
We're just learning how to do it as a fucking good.
That's all it is, dude. Look at the mics and shit set up. You know what I mean? Now we're back
tough.
in. Are we still recording? Yeah,
Think so.
See the gap? That's how I know how to chop it. And it'll be the same audio in the video too. It's a little cold in here.
But I want to talk.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I want to talk about Rush Hour because that, and I agree, that's in my top 3 too. So that's the question: is what's that's your top 3?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Top 3.
I want yours first, but I do want to talk about Rush Hour real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
When because you had hit me up and you know, the situation that I was in at the time, like we already had a connection before we even knew each other.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It was like when you had hit me
Through
up,
personal things, guys.
Yeah,
you don't need to know about that. That's just how it goes.
So Shauna hit me up, and it was like I already knew about you too through Lost Not Found, and I was already like a fucking fan of that shit because I heard the backstory from Rachel at the time.
Yeah.
Name drop. But like I already knew your story going into it, so when you had hit me, it was like a no-brainer. Like obviously we're fucking down the street from each other. Like we have to fucking make music. Yeah. So when you had hit me with Rush Hour, I remember like, cause Lost Not Found is not like a rappy record, and I had like I remember listening to Eagles MC Square with Bassa at the time. Yeah. That shit was, and you guys were fucking going in. I was like, oh, he can rap. So I remember like just when you sent me a song, I was really curious at what you were gonna send me because I had seen Eagles MC Squared to Lost Not Found. Those are like so opposite ends of the spectrum songs. Yeah. So I was just like, what is he gonna send me? Because at the time I was on my rap shit. Yeah. Like I was right off to the top. I think I might have released like 2-3 songs after To the Top when we did Rush Hour.
Yeah.
And when you would send me that, I was just like, I remember sitting with my boys and telling them like, yo, Sean's about to send me a song, and I was like, God, I hope this fucking doesn't suck.
I hope this guy doesn't fucking suck ass, dog, dude.
No, literally, I said that. I was like, I'm praying that this doesn't suck, and like,
or else,
and my like,
or else it'd be another situation.
Because I had a good perception of you before.
Like when people hit you up and they're like, yo, dude, like,
let's do a
song, and you send it to them, and you're like, trash. And
like,
you're
like, I never answer.
Yeah, I can't.
Shit again.
And block them.
Oh my God.
You don't follow me on Instagram.
I've definitely been that guy too. Yeah. I've definitely like been like drunk 2 in the morning, like I got the bird.
Yeah. I'm like hitting Asher off, like, yo, dude, what's up?
So when you had sent me fucking Rush Hour, shout out Asher Roth.
Yeah, for sure.
When you had sent me Rush Hour, I remember playing it on the big speaker. We were like we were literally sitting drinking, like anticipating this song. Yeah. And I remember hearing it, and you had the, because I had the first verse, so it was like, Rush Hour, man, I'm seeking it.
I gave you I'm like, I can't do first verse.
All
I had was the chorus, I think, at that time.
I respected that a lot.
Can I just intertwine into this real quick?
Of course.
So the whole thing with Rush Hour for me was that me and Kev had just been making music and we just had stopped. No problems. Kev just did other shit at the time.
Well, he was doing like videography.
Yeah, he started doing videography and whatever. But the way me and Kev's flow was at the time was that Kev would always present something to me. Like when we would collab, like I would always have my own music. Always, like,
right.
You know,
right.
I'm my own artist. But
well, you were recording everything here too.
Yeah, it was just a whole situation for years and years. But so I had this thing about making music with someone. Like if I had an empty verse, I was just like, or like if I had made a chorus, I was just like, I can't do it until someone else does it. Because Kev would always present me something, and it worked out for me and him like greatly. He would come over, record a verse, and be like, all right, open verse, get it. And I would always, naturally try to like one up the verse.
Yeah, competitiveness.
Competitiveness.
That's how music is.
Yeah. Collaboration, competitiveness, same deal. Like the whole
But it's
thing.
Healthy competition.
Healthy. No, healthy.
I mean, that's how it is for us. We don't want to have a shitty fucking song.
Yeah, like if you send me a verse, I'm trying to one up it.
Yeah, 100%.
And then we listen to it and we're like, that's fucking a dope song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how me and Kev always worked. He would come over, record something or whatever. And then I'd record over it and be like, wow, that was a great verse. And then we'd, be like, essentially like, yo, this is a good song.
So did Rush Hour come after you were...
Yeah,
when you were making music with Kev, or after?
It came after. But what I'm trying to get at is that I had been making music for a while now with Kev in this rhythm that we had. We had this rhythm where like Kev would come, and I was okay with this fully, like collaboration wise. You know what I mean? Like I still had my own music, but Kev would come over, record something. Whether if he recorded his own album stuff, that's cool. Like I would record him. But if he's like, "Yo, Sean, I have an empty verse," it would be like, okay. So he would come over, record this, and like I would hop on that. So when I made Rush Hour at the time, it was just after me and Kev, probably our latest songs that we had made at the time. And my momentum with making music was like, okay, chorus, open verse, and then I'll go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how it was with me and Kev. Like I loved that. I loved when Kev would make a verse because I'd bounce off of it in like the most positive, best way I could. I
can't remember. Did you have the second verse already written? Fate is feeling heavily. This music is my destiny.
I think I might have, Shane, but I pushed it to second verse and just like had open verse because I had open verse and I was just like, I have it. It's like if someone were to hit you up that you believe in or something and you're just like, oh yeah, I have an open verse, but like you already did the first verse. I might have just shifted my verse, second verse, or just like muted mine while you recorded yours and then reshifted it when we made it.
Right.
But that's essentially what happened. Like whether that's the way it happened or you recorded it and I tried to bounce off of you at the time, I was bouncing off of people, aka Kev. Like he would come over, I'd bounce off of his verse. So when we made Rush Hour, I can't remember if I already have it recorded or if I bounced off of you. But regardless, I put you first. I put you first for a reason because I didn't want me to be. It wasn't even like a publicity stunt or whatever.
Yeah.
It was in a way, but in the best way possible. It was like, I want to put this guy who my fans don't even know first, and maybe his fans will listen to this, and then it'll pull me into my stuff too. But
because
it just so happened that it worked out.
All your fans too at the time, because you became Sean Valy at that time.
Yeah, it was my transitional
dog. That 24 album
alias
still
name.
Like one of my fucking favorite projects of yours. But for me, you're welcome, bro. when you had sent me that shit, I was just so happy that it wasn't ass and it was like a fire song.
It was like
that chorus is so fire.
Yeah.
And I remember pacing around fucking Ramsgate. Like as soon as you sent it, I was like, I have to write this now. And that verse came super quick, and it came at like the perfect time because I was, like we were saying earlier, like To the Top. When I had written To the Top, that was so organically written, and then To the Top like did what it did, and I tried to chase To the Top and like manufacture hits a lot after that, and that was the first song that I wrote after To the Top that was like, I'm not even trying to make a hit, I'm trying to like how we were saying earlier on the phone before I came here, how like certain songs open like different pathways to your brain of how to make music.
Yeah,
that was one of those songs for me that like it just opened like a different pathway. Like I just need to make the perfect verse that fits this song. And yeah, dude, that song means a lot to me. That verse means a lot to me, and I think that was the perfect song to kickstart
our relationship.
Yeah, like what we have going on. Because I mean, we're at the end of the day, like I'm more friends with you than like music
at this point,
partners,
yeah, for sure.
Whatever the word for it
At
is.
first, it was kind of like whatever, but
we can like make music. People around us.
we
will know each
communicate
other.
weekly on like at least a text. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's tough in this day and age, but like we communicate more than we would just making music at this point. So.
Okay, so let's real quick.
And from day one, like that's just how it was going to be anyway.
We talked about Rush Hour like a lot. So give me your top 3.
Yeah.
And then just give me like a little, like, insert what that song meant to you.
All right. So Rush Hour number 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We already talked about that.
Yeah. We did, for me, another one. Well, dude, I go in order with how we kind of made them, but like, Save Me, and then I don't even think of Rosie for some reason. I think of Malibu over Rosie, even though
Malibu was so organic.
Even though Malibu was so summer and like you recorded Malibu because you were like, yo, I got this verse.
Yeah.
And like you recorded it, and it was about like it was about like president shit too. And
I
like
wrote that
the time,
right after Trump had
and
got elected.
and the time and like it sat for like a while. Right, and then
when did we even release that?
I think 2020, like during COVID.
Like right
but we
before
recorded,
Biden got elected.
We recorded Malibu at this. Yeah, no, probably not right before Biden got elected.
Wasn't in office when
he was not in office yet. But it was we dropped it right before that thing, like the new election or whatever. But you had written this verse back in the day about
that was supposed to be part of like a project that I
and you had thrown it down, and we had that sitting for like I would say fucking 16 to fucking 20 months, dude. Like it was almost 2 years of sitting. Like yeah, and I had hit up Jeff or whatever and was just like, yo, do you want to like play bass on this and like let's finish this song up?
Oh yeah, he did spice that.
Yeah, he spiced it up a bit, and we wrapped it up, I think, in the summer of going into COVID, which was 2020, I think. Or it had to have been 2020. But anyways, aside from that,
So what do you have? You have
Rush Hour, Save Me, Malibu.
You can give me 5.
Of our songs?
Yeah. What's
we only have 5, 6 songs, dog. We got Rosie.
Nah, we got some in the cut shit too.
You give me them, dude.
I'll give you mine. My favorite one is Rosie, just because
I know you liked Rosie a
dog
lot.
That hit. Oh my lord.
That's why I couldn't give it to you. I'm like, he likes this too much.
Yeah. Like I would have like. Oh my god! But that. Rosie was perfect for Ultraviolet. Like I completely understand why you did, but I had to like shoot my shot. You know what I mean?
100%.
With Rosie, it just like it was so conceptual. It was almost like I remember like listening back to it, and
we should shoot a video of that.
We
though.
Definitely should shoot a video for that. But it was like the whole concept of the verse that I had was like how I was saying like that girl was sitting on the bed, and I'm like. I started like because Rosie, like the name oh no,
yeah.
Oh my god, that song is so fucking good.
How random was the name Rosie though when I presented it to you?
I love it.
Did I ever tell you why it was called Rosie?
No, I don't think you have.
This is
this goes some creepy ass shit.
It's not creepy. It's kind of like fucking like
serial killer
fans
shit?
Only type shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not creepy, but there was this chick that I had met on like a dating website.
Which one? Shout it out.
It was probably Bumble.
Bumble.
Listen,
okay.
Just listen. Listen. And no, I'm sorry, it was Ship. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, what's that other one called? Hinge. It was Hinge. Listen, Shane.
Oh, shit.
Listen,
sorry.
It was on Hinge.
So why did
Listen
you get
to
the
my
name
story. It was on Hinge. Let me get the Nick pen. Listen.
Alright, so
You know you lost
you
it.
met a bitch on a Hinge.
Listen. I met this bitch on Hinge.
That's a bar. I met this bitch on Hinge.
I met this bitch on Hinge. No. And
Miracle, spiritual hero.
What's the Rock's fucking thing?
It's about
drive. It's about power. It's about devour. Hungry, you devour.
What's my motherfucking name?
Rock.
Holy shit! Why the fuck is it called Rosie?
All right, so it's actually stupid, but like there was this chick that I never met.
You never linked up with her?
No,
What
bro.
was your opening line to her?
What?
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no, Rosie. All right. So more of the story. Listen, this chick. This is like so stupid. Listen, Shane.
I'm with you. You're making me laugh. I'm just looking at you fucking cracking.
Listen.
All right, talk to me.
All right. So listen, this chick's name was.
Was it Rosie?
It was like a porn name, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. It was like.
What was it, Roxy? Is that it? Did I get that right?
It was like a normal name and then Rosie. It was like.
Okay, I got
it.
It
Was
so
like
she
her
had two first names.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So, moral of the story is, I tried to like take this girl out, and she was just so against it, and I was just like, all right, well, you're missing out, and that's why the lyrics went like, no, Rosie, you can never know me, because she didn't want to know that.
You will always feel so cold.
Yeah, like you can keep sitting there and being like all fucking weird.
Ew, that's fire.
Isn't that kind of weird?
No, but those lyrics are fire. See, people don't understand
That's
about
like the outside
bro.
story of it, but
people
yeah.
don't get that about songwriting. Like when I'm,
And then everyone thinks I'm weird. I'm like, dude, don't think about me. Like, think about yourself. Like, I made that song like essentially for people who like are trying to be like, if you actually listen to the lyrics, like, no, Rosie, you can never know me. You will always feel so cold. It's about someone who like doesn't.
When you could just feel.
Yeah, like you.
What do you say of that? When you could just feel cozy.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's just about like you could feel like comfortable, but you're not choosing to.
Gotcha.
And that's what it was.
Ew, that makes Rosie so much better.
Yeah. That's what it was.
There was a story like that.
I mean,
I can't believe that I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I feel like I might have told you, but maybe not. It wasn't anything big either. It wasn't like this obsession. It was just like some random thing that I took inspiration from. Like, I was just like, oh, this girl's like super like denying like any, like, I was just like, oh, you want to go out? You want to have fun? Like this, that? No. And I was like, all right. And like, her account was like,
but she kept answering you, so that meant she was interested, right?
I don't know what it was, dude, but like it was just I used
what
her.
was your profile picture at the time?
Oh man,
was it you in a man bun with the hair hanging down?
It could have been. I could have looked like a fucking douchebag.
Sean looks really good with his new haircut too, by the way. Show the people. He's got a fade. I've been telling him for fucking a grip.
I only did it because Shane pushed me. I was like, dude, give it a few weeks. I'll finally get the fucking
I was
fade.
like, dog, get a fucking fade.
Yeah.
Like he went from man bun to like half a Justin Bieber in 2008 fucking look. I was like, dog, just get
go
a
for
fade,
it.
Cuz.
And the first thing that happened was I made out with a fucking chick. I was like, holy shit, dude. I guess this works now.
Dog, when you get a haircut, bro,
It's game
when I get a
over.
haircut,
God, I can't.
that's like what women feel like when they like
mustard.
Is that what
Joey
he said?
Badass. Nah, Joey Badass like mustard. He said like mustard, but mustard. Mustard, like mustard. The fuck.
Oh, I'm with you.
Have
all
you
the
ever
way.
listened to
What song?
old Joey Badass?
Fuck yeah, Joey's one of my top
He's
influences.
like catch up with that mustard.
In what song? I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I'll show you in a little bit.
All right, so my number one is Rosie. What we got? Conundrum, Malibu, Rush
Which you
Hour,
must
Save Me.
Oh, I forgot about Conundrum with Jay and Versetti.
I think Conundrum's in there for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 2 or 3. It's probably 3.
Conundrum's hard as fuck, dude.
Shit, hit record, I'm locking in. Inhale, kush like oxygen. Aiming at these rappers, pull the trigger, reload, cock again. I think just like that whole video,
Yeah.
Save Me has to be in there.
Save Me in this.
Rush Hour like has to be in there too. I think it has to be Rosie for me. Rush Hour, Save Me.
All right. Yeah. Me too. Because
I love Malibu. I love Tame too. Tame is so fire. Dog, I was hammered when I wrote that shit. It just came out of nowhere.
well, that's
when the
to
good
me,
time
on
play, it hit my heart.
yeah. In my personal like perspective of like, oh, ShaneZ shit. That was like the most fun shit we ever did, like in
'Cause that was
terms of
most
something I
organic.
put out. Yeah, like
That wasn't that was like the first song we didn't do that was pre-written.
you had came through, and we were
In the old shout out to Old Spot.
yeah, shout out Old Spot. But we I'm not gonna say where it was.
Oops.
It's not 2 feet away. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Sean didn't just drop a stack just to build a box in his garage.
Yeah, nah, that didn't happen, dude.
3 feet away from where the other studio
nah, that didn't happen, y'all. But yeah, man, that was the most fun I've seen you on one of my records, like, because we had done Rush Hour, we had done Save Me, which were very super like, you know, like personal, like verses, like premeditated. Like people listen to that and they're like, okay, this is like very serious type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, we didn't really start doing like
well,
fun shit.
we had Malibu recorded, but we didn't record that at the same time, like, because you had done the verse and then I finally like finished it off like a year later.
That
but,
shit is so fire.
Yeah, it's fire. But yeah,
that
Tame.
Fire. Do we still have the beats from the Milk? What is it? The Milk Boys?
I have them all, 4 of them. We have a
What
whole
was the other
EP.
one
Bro.
that we had
Milky
Way.
Yeah, Milky Way. Yeah.
That's all right.
Actually, my boy Sween wrote a verse to that.
Is it tough? Did he fuck
so
me up?
Dude,
Oh, I didn't even write a
no,
verse.
you know, yeah. He had sent me it on Snapchat. I'm like, dude, you gotta get over here, and like, just times change and shit. But I tell Sween, shout out Sween.
Shout out to Sween.
He's in Virginia right now doing his
real one.
Yeah, he's in Virginia being a police officer now. So,
is he really?
Yeah.
Stay safe out there, Sween.
Yeah, straight up.
Gun him.
Gun him, Sween. Love you, buddy.
Don't gun him.
Gun him. Love you, boy.
Safe. Don't gun
Stay
him.
safe. Gun him down. Listen.
This will get edited out.
Listen. It won't though, because I won't edit anything.
Oh my.
But yeah,
Lord.
man. Like, I don't know, Shane. Like, I think we still have like even the credit card song was super organic for us.
So fun. That was fun.
But we have yet to just sit for like 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like, not at my house, not at your place, not at Jumbo's. Like, we have yet to like sit in a space where it's neither of ours and like create it
From
like
scratch.
Yeah, from scratch. Like, just like whether
I think expired credit cards is the first.
it is
Maxed out credit cards.
Yeah, maxed out credit cards
That's what it's called.
is probably our most like in the
Organic.
moment type situation. And I'm not too fond of my verse, but you fucking killed it in that fucking song.
Thank
Like,
you.
we
man.
had the-
I like your verse though.
Yeah, no, you
At
had
the
to guide
end,
me.
too?
You had to guide me
What?
on. You had to guide me on because like I had done it, and you're like, yeah, you might want to switch up this fucking lyric or whatever, and I did, and it came out good.
Oh, cuz Lurkin.
Yeah.
Lurkin is
Well, that
hard.
hasn't initially happened yet. That was something I sent to you, and you recorded it, and we. Yeah. And now for that song, I had sent that to a few different people, but see, it's not like I didn't want it. Didn't for me, like, I was just like, I need to find the right person, and it wasn't like, oh, I need ShaneZ, or I need like Kane, or I need fucking Chris on it, or someone, or whatever. It was just an open verse on that song that I just
need it
haven't
filled.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet. And like, you sent me the John, and I was just like, this is it.
Yeah.
We just haven't got to that point and recorded it
I think
yet.
we have that, like,
You recorded it, but, like, we haven't, like, recorded it in studio yet.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So let me ask you a question. Who's your least favorite sibling that you have?
That's horrible, dude. That's the worst thing to ask me.
Because you got a lot of them, and you're close to a lot of them, but who really gets on your nerves?
I love all my siblings, man. I can't.
But if you had to pick one,
I can't.
gun to your head.
I can't. No, I can't, dude. They're my fucking siblings, dude. I love them all in different ways. Like, I love Dan because he's, like, the most progressive, like, influential person in our like, he had to come first, you know what I mean? Like, first child has to deal with his shit, right? So, like, Dan to me is so progressive and, like, inspiring in the sense that he's just like, you gotta, like, work, like, you gotta, like, get money, like, you gotta do this, and it's like, that's an inspiration to me. Then, because I'm a middle child, and so is Chris, but, like, then there's Chris, and it's just like, he's one that, like, I feel like I have to be by his side.
So you mentioned Kelly last, so I'm guessing Kelly's your least favorite.
Kelly's not my least favorite. No,
I'm fucking around. I want to say this. Sean's family is like the closest family I've ever seen in my life. They're like real, actual friends. Like, you don't see that a lot. Like family that are like legitimately friends, and they're all talented as fuck, and then Dan just like builds a bunch of shit. Am I right?
Yes,
it's crazy.
He's like the builder, and like you have to bounce off of that because like he's firstborn. So like there's always this like thing with like firstborns, like, oh, firstborns are like either like fucking fall offs or like they're progressive, and Dan's sake, he had to be from our house, like, he had to like come out and like just be like super progressive and like move forward in his life to show, I think, all of us, like, hey, dude, like, this is what you could potentially do. You know what I mean? Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead,
all right,
please.
So, you know, we talk about Dan, Chris, Kelly, my fam.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with your older brother with the guitar? Like, do you guys? Is he a musician, or your younger sister? Like, are these, you know?
We do have musical family.
Yeah, we do. Essentially,
I think both of them, like, they have their own things going on, and music isn't at the forefront of what they want to do. But, yeah, Mike taught himself the guitar, and he's super tough at it. He like played the song for my dad, which isn't out yet.
Which is crazy too, because it's like a few years in the making.
I think for that
is that song done?
Yeah, 100%. I think for that song, I just like, that's another one, dude. I get in my head too much about these like super fucking personal
Shane,
songs.
that will probably be your lost not found type song, dude. When you put that shit
song,
out.
dog. Oh man, yo, that, and I fucking kick myself in the ass because I wanted to capture, like, for anybody that doesn't know, my dad got into a work accident and lost his eye, like, fucked his face up. It was like this, like, almost died type shit. And so I made a song for him, and my siblings helped make the song with me. So my brother had played guitar, and then on the chorus, my sister and a bunch of my cousins helped, like, sing the chorus. So it's like, it's just like a family record. And I had to keep that song a secret for so fucking long, cause it
still is though, right?
No, we showed him, and
no shit, really?
Yeah,
like on some personal level shit.
So we were down the shore, and my whole family was like, cousins, everybody was down the shore.
Yeah,
and we played the song on speaker for him, and he had no idea about it, and he, like, I didn't have anybody record it, like, on video, and I fucked that up because it was just like such an
moment.
I just needed to like capture that, not even on some. I wanted to and I kicked myself in the ass just to not have that moment for my family. That song is for my family.
Yeah.
It's not for anybody else. It's not for literally anybody else. That song is for my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kicked myself in the ass because there was a lot of shit going on that day, and it was like, I'm not the type when it comes to my family. I don't like being center of attention to my family. I don't want to be that guy. Like, I have a crazy family. There's a lot of like center of attentions, and I think that that's why there's other reasons why I gravitate towards rap, but I think that that's an element of why I love making music, because I like earning attention. I don't like asking for attention.
Ooh, that's
Does
a
that
quote,
make sense?
guys. Yeah, that's
Like,
a quote.
I like
Quote it.
I like doing something that is worth people talking about instead of telling you to talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it comes from with me not always going ham with the promotions. And that's a fuck up on my end. And that was me not understanding marketing too for a long time. But I just think that I'm not the type of dude that walks into a room and I'm like, hey, bitch, I'm fucking here. You know what I mean? But, like, as soon as I get, like, comfortable with people, like, that's why I'm like, I don't know. This is why I'm who I am. Like, I want to earn that shit. I don't want you to fucking applaud for me because I told you to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, when it came to that song and showing my dad that, like, it was just, like, a hard day. Not hard, but, like, it was just, like, I second guessed it literally until the last second. Like, I was just like, no, we can't do it. And everybody was like, bitch, you're fucking doing it. Because my whole family I had sent everybody in my family a song.
Yeah.
Everybody had to keep it a secret.
Excuse me. What was it? Like a... Hello. What was it? Like a 2-year running, dude? Because, like, I have footage from that from, like, what, 2019 in the studio? Like, that was a long time running with that song.
Yeah, 2019. Was when I recorded that.
Yeah. And
then his accident happened in 2016. So it's been half a decade, more than half a decade since it happened, and I've had the song recorded 2019, 20, 21, 22 for 3 years, and I haven't put it out. But it's one of those records where it's like, that's not one that I can just drop. It's not a song that is like, I recorded this for people and I'm gonna use it to get big.
Yeah.
It, like,
super
literally
personal.
Like, that's why I don't even, like, think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, the song, because
maybe that's all it ever was then, right?
I had a conversation with my mom about that too. Like, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I feel like it's such a dope song and it tells our story.
It does, but if, like, you've never thought...
I want to release it. Oh, that shit clipped. Sorry if I yelled.
You're good.
I want to release it on, like an anniversary. Like, the anniversary of it happening.
Yeah.
And every year that passes, it's like, I can't release it any other day.
Yeah.
Because that's what the whole song is about.
So it's like every year comes and then it just happens and then you're like,
it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the right time.
Maybe that's just one of them vault songs that, like, you made personally, and, like...
And I do think that it's
maybe it'll come out in a long time from now, but maybe it's just sacred for where it's at,
I think deep down, too, like, there's, like, so
because
much.
that song is so fucking good, dude.
It's just so vulnerable. I mean, like, really... I really don't hold back on, like, that situation and like who my dad is to me. And not that, like, at all anything's bad in it, but, like, I just think that that's, like, really scary for me to, like, release that and talk about it on that level, like and expose his story too, because this is not my story to tell. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like, it's from my perspective of, like, what happened. But
well, what did he think when you released it?
Oh, dude, he cried. Like, everybody, the whole family cried. So my dad's side was the family that was there. Yeah, they're all criers, bro. They're all, like, super emotional
just
people.
Italian, like fucking crying.
No, he's the Irish side.
No
my mom
shit.
is the Italian side.
Okay.
Irish and, like, other shit. But sorry, I'm fucking peeling this. It was
it's a mic stand
up. No, dude, they're all, like, my Uncle Bob. So I have a line in it where it's like,
shout out Uncle Bob,
Uncle Jack, and Don and Karen, everybody. No, they're all like criers. So like a lot of them were fucking crying at the song, cause they know what that situation meant to our family, like our immediate
So that
family.
shit touched the shit out of them.
Yeah, and I didn't get it recorded, and I wanted. So my Aunt Karen, and yo, respect to all the Karens out there, not the shitty ones, like the good ones that just got put in a shitty position because they were named Karen 60 years ago.
Because of social media.
Yeah, fuck, man. My Aunt Karen is a fucking saint. So, fuck all the bad Karens, but the good Karens, you know, we got you.
Fuck you, but peace to you.
Nah, but my Aunt Karen always used to do these like little mixtapes every Christmas, and she would like put she would put like songs together, and then she would put like videos together, and she would do calendars for the family. Like she did just like a bunch of like media shit for our family, which was like super cool. And I just wanted it like when I was writing it, like my Uncle Paul, he does Uncle Paul, I forgot him too. Sorry, my dad's older brother, Uncle Paul. So not to talk about this song for too much, but because it's not even fucking out yet. But when I wrote it, my Uncle Paul has Thanksgiving, right?
Sure.
And he gives this speech every Thanksgiving, and it's fucking 1 million people in his house, in this tight ass fucking room, and he just like gives a toast to everybody's accomplishments in the family. He just calls out.
I've seen a video. I think you showed me.
Yeah. I did show you that one. He gives like a toast for everybody's accomplishments, and when I was writing it, I was just picturing like cutting him off at Thanksgiving when he gives his toast and like presenting the song to the family. And I always had this vision of like having a video of just like the raw emotions, just like the way my Aunt Karen used to do it. Like she used to like have like family videos and do like a mixtape of it, and just like have like a collage of family videos and shit. And like I viewed that as like my portion towards the family videos. I don't view it as like here's something I'm gonna get famous off, and that's why it's taken fucking 3 years for me to release it, because I just don't want to take advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
Because like my dad almost died, you know what I mean? And,
Sure.
And like I almost like, and that morning like we fucking fought with each other. Like I don't know.
The morning of
his accident, we got in a big fight with each other
before it happened.
Yeah, I was like,
wow.
Fuck you. All this shit.
Is that how it goes?
No. It was kind of it was just like in the morning shit. Like it was so random too. It was just like a random like. It wasn't like a big blow, but it was just an
like
argument.
You're just like
one of the last things I said to my dad that morning was like,
yeah.
"Fuck off!" Like I got like I think I was like late for school or some shit. And he was like, "Get the fuck up," and I was like, "Fuck you."
So this was back in your high school days.
Yeah. Senior year.
Yeah.
And like I was, so I don't know. It's just too personal, and I want to put it out. I want to do that for him too, because my dad is not a shy guy. My dad is
outgoing.
So how I'm like, I want to earn your attention. My dad and my brother are like, hey, I'm here, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he loves the song. Like when I showed him it for the first time, when we showed it to our family, like I sent it to him, and like he paraded it to everybody.
Yeah.
Like he loves it. So like I want it out and I needed that approval. Like if he was just like, yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Shane. Like that never would have seen the day of light.
Yeah,
that would have been
yeah.
in a fucking folder that I never would have opened again.
Yeah.
But the fact that like it hit our family like that and it hit him like that,
Of course, because like it was fucking organic as fuck.
Yeah.
That fucking track, dude.
So speaking of that, like what's your song that you would say is super duper personal? Like Quarter Life.
Yeah, I have a few songs. Well, it's funny because earlier in the night I was at John's earlier, and I had bounced out a track from like 2000 fucking 13, 14, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
It'd be like that in music sometimes.
Yeah, listen. And this song has my mom in the beginning of it. Should I quickly just pull it up on my phone type shit?
Fuck yeah.
This song is like the most personal song that and I found this later in life. Like I put this shit out on a mixtape years ago.
Oh, so it's out.
No, it's not on the internet anywhere. This is like one of them songs you put out like a decade ago, and it's like doesn't exist anymore. But just for everyone, if you listen, this is a song, and my mom's in the beginning just like shitting on me, like bad, because I missed the bus.
So it's like a cleaning up.
Yeah.
52 years old in your backyard to go smoke pot? Is that what you want for yourself in life?
It's my mama.
That's the road you head down. There's
Two
two
roads.
roads. Good and bad. Loser and something. You're very smart. You have talent, okay? But you shouldn't have to have talent just when you're wasted, okay? Sorry, but you shouldn't. And for you to sit there and say, I can't do math, I can't do English, everyone else fucking does it, or you don't. Just a kid who had a vision, but it got blurry. I guess every person does this now, so
Yo.
to be famous.
Doris snapped. on
Yeah.
that.
And this is like,
Yo, our moms would be boys.
yeah,
You know,
boys.
My
We should
mom-
just introduce them to each
We
other
have
at
to.
that point.
They would love each other.
That John is like one of them songs where it's just like, because you just asked me, like that's like, I haven't made a song where it's like family oriented since then. And
Really?
like that was like back in, I don't know, 2012, 2013. Like if you
That's
hear,
when I started rapping.
yeah, if you hear the lyrics after that, like I'm like just a kid who got a vision but it got blurry or whatever I said. I was fucked up, dude. Like my mom drove me to school that I missed the bus and she was bitching. I'm just like, is this what I'm going to school for? Like, and I recorded it and it's the best recording ever. Like to this day, like I'm just like,
Oh, that was in the car?
dude, that was going to school.
That wasn't a voice. I thought that was a voicemail.
No, well, it was a voice memo in the car
No, a
going to school.
voicemail. She didn't. Oh, you were in the car with her recording that.
Yeah,
That makes it that much
dog.
better.
Like that was like raw as shit.
Off the top.
Yeah, off the top, and I knew I'm like,
Doors are
I'm
good.
putting this in a song. I know. I always fucking like was
I
like,
think like that too.
because
like
I'm
when
like, yo,
bad-
she's bitching. I gotta record this. This
Dog.
is great.
I know you're the same way. Like when bad shit happens, like,
the camera's gonna die.
is this the end?
This can't be the end.
Oh no no no, Rosie.
Rosie.
Can we do a duet?
Yeah. You can never know me. You will always feel so cold. But you will never know me. Go.
Back in the days, in on your brain.
No, do your verse. Do your verse. No, no,
Uh.
no. Let me do the chorus.
Can you
no,
do the chorus?
No, no, no,
Oh
Rosie.
no no, oh no no.
You will never know
never
me.
know, never
You
know.
will always feel so cold.
Always feel so cold, yeah.
But you will never know me.
Yeah. Yo, Rosie, I need you like Painty the Brush.
Jump.
Rosie, I need you like Rainy the Sun.
Sun.
Supposed to be me in your speaker, but isn't, and that's why I'm pouring this drink in my cup.
Cup.
Maybe I'm tripping, yeah. Maybe
Maybe
I'm
I'm
wrong.
wrong.
Maybe I'm bugging for making these songs.
songs.
Maybe my lady in heaven don't like you, and that's why at nighttime I'm faded
Faded
alone.
alone.
But if I'm honest, it's something about you that driving me crazy. I can't get enough. After I met you, I called him my cousin and told him about you. I can't even
get
front.
enough.
But I know you gotta figure shit out. I got my own shit I'm dealing with now. All that I'm saying is if you need someone to hit me, I wrote to your crib with that loud. SOS, help me to thank and fine. Rosie, without you, I'm anxious and blind. Liquor combined with this reefer, I'm chief and the reason I be in my feelings sometimes. I wanna thank you for having my back, cause you the reason I'm at where I'm at. If you ain't get this by now, then I'll help you when I'm saying Rosie, I'm talking about rap.
Oh no, 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 Rosie.
Oh no no, oh no no.
You will never know
Never
me.
know, never
You
know.
will always feel so cold.
Always feel so cold, yeah.
But you will never know me.
Woo! I would love to perform that shit.
Yeah, that's just dope. Fuck, I wish the camera wasn't dying, boy.
Let's charge it.
Charge it. Yeah.
Let's charge it. Listen to some music and
Yeah,
then just
for
keep
sure.
recording. I'm having a fucking ball. Are you having a ball?
Yeah. Pissed off. Dude, is it only 11:15? Don't tell me it's only 11:15.
We got like 4 podcasts to record. I can go till 7 in
All
the
right.
morning. We love you guys.
Snap.
We'll be right back.
Snap.